Okay, this video is about subtracting integers. So you want to make sure that you have your foldable on your desk and you're filling it in as we go through the video to do another review of how to subtract integers. If you need to pause the video, do that at any time. You can also practice and try the problem before you see it in the video if you want to practice it that way. Okay, to subtract integers, there's two ways we can look at it. We're adding the opposite. So we change subtraction to addition by changing it to addition and adding the opposite. Or we can look at it as keep, change, change. So if our problem is like 7 minus 8, we keep the first number, so 7 would stay. The minus becomes a plus, that's our change. The 8 becomes negative 8, that's change 2. So we keep, change, change. One way to think about it. Also, a different note, if you're subtracting two positive integers and the larger number is first, you can subtract like normal. So you only have to change it from subtraction to addition if you have negative numbers involved or the number in front is smaller than the second number. Okay, so here's several examples. The first set of examples are all going to change into an addition problem with the same sign. So for A, in example 1, I'm going to rewrite 5 minus negative 8. I'm going to keep, so keep the 5. The minus becomes a plus. The negative 8 becomes positive 8. And 5 plus 8 is going to give me 13. Okay, that same sign, so I add and keep. The next example, negative 12 minus 5. I'm going to keep the negative 12. The minus is going to become a plus. 5 will become negative. So I have the same sign, so I'm going to add and keep. 12 plus 5 is 17. Since they're both negative, the answer will be negative 17. For C, when I rewrite it, I keep the negative 4. The minus becomes a plus. The 7 becomes its opposite. So negative 4 plus negative 7 is going to give me negative 11 because I add and keep. D is going to be keep the 8. Minus becomes a plus. Negative 8 becomes its opposite. 8 plus 8 is going to be 16. And for E, I have negative 2 plus negative 13. Same sign, so I add and keep. So I get negative 15 as my answer. Okay, so notice all of them were the same sign once we changed it to addition. So we followed the same sign rule. For example 2, all of these are going to be different signs when we change it to addition. So 4 minus 7, I keep the 4. The minus becomes a plus. 7 becomes a negative. 4 plus negative 7, I have different signs. So I subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. It's negative 3 because 7 is bigger than 4. B, 15 minus 9 is going to become 15 plus negative 19. Different signs, so I subtract. I get 4. 19 is bigger, so it's negative 4. For C, keep the first number. The minus becomes a plus. Negative 3 becomes positive. Negative 8 plus 3, I have different signs. So I'm going to subtract. 8 minus 3 is 5. And it's negative 5 because 8 is bigger. Negative 1 minus negative 6. It's going to be negative 1 plus 6. Different signs, so I subtract. I get 5. 6 is bigger than 1, so it's positive 5. E, I'm going to do 9 plus negative 17 by keep, change, change. So I have different signs to subtract. 17 minus 9 is 8, and it's negative because 17 is bigger. And then example 3 follows that rule that if I subtract and they're both positives, and the bigger number comes first, I don't have to change it to addition, which is true because I know that 5 minus 4 is 1. 12 minus 10 is 2. 4 minus 1 is going to give me 3. 13 minus 5 is going to give me 8. And 7 minus 2 is 5. Now, if you wanted to be consistent, you of course could change them. 5 minus 4, keep, change, change is going to become 5 plus negative 4. Still going to equal 1. 12 minus 10 is going to give me 12 plus negative 10. is still positive 2. 4 minus 1 would be 4 plus negative 1, still positive 3. 13 minus 5, 13 plus negative 5, still going to give me positive 8. And 7 minus 2 becomes 7 plus negative 2, just going to give me positive 5.